boys, y'all know what time it is. We are YouTubing it live right now. Well, I wish we were YouTubing it live. I made the biggest mistake right there. So here's the deal, okay? We're going to film this, and we are live on the air right now through our Blog Talk Radio, but we're also filming this stuff, man. I got Corey Murphy in the studio with me. We got some big announcements, some big things to talk about. But first of all, and the most important, the reason why we're filming this right now, Corey, is because we need the viewers, the fans who are listening to this show. If they have a YouTube channel, we need them to go to YouTube and we need them to like it.
We need that love and support.
We need the love and support on our YouTube channel. We only need 100 followers to go live on YouTube, live stream. That means every Thursday night, we will be live streaming this on YouTube once we get the 100 followers.
That's right. Instead of listening to our mistakes, they can see them.
They can see them
That's right.
and be able to notice what fools we are.
You can laugh at us in high definition then.
Definitely, definitely. Let's get this music cut off right here. Oh, I got some great music right here to really listen to. This was sent in to me tonight by Brian Cox. He wanted me to know how that motor sounded.
That's right, that's right.
That's his horsepower.
I can't wait to hear the 24 of them go at one time.
I'm telling
That's
you.
what I'm waiting for.
I'm telling you, we're waiting for that to happen.
This season's going to be great.
It is. You know, we're going to get to start things out tomorrow night at Magnolia. We're going to be there for the 2-day weekend. The Frost Buster at the Mag. It's up at Columbus, Mississippi. Meet NASCAR driver and TV commentator Kenny Wallace. I think Kenny Schrader's going to be there as well. Of course, the USCS Outlaws, the Modifieds. They're all going to be down there at Magnolia Motor Speedway this weekend, February 28th and 29th. I mean, February 28th and 29th. Oh my goodness, March 1st, because there's only 28 days. There's only 28 days. So if you find out that Facebook's been turned off the 29th, 30th, and 31st, well, I guess the joke was on you.
That's right.
Yeah, we got that memo. So also coming up, not too long from now, in less than a couple of weeks, we've got the Battle of the States. That's right. It's the kickoff season for the Why Not Motorsports Park. Be there. That's right. March 14th and 15th, Battle of the States. We're going to have the Neesmith Crate Late Models, a 40-lap feature, 2,000 to win, 150 to start, 75 entry fee, plus $500 winner to the Take-All Dash Battle of the States. We're going to have the, oh yes sir, it is, Mr. Corey Murphy. We're going to have the Gulf States Modified Series. We're going to have the opening of the Mississippi Street Stock Series. Now last year Roger Flynn ran away with it, but this year we're looking at a mix of a whole new competition coming from the Alabama side over into there. Plus that's the Battle of the States, so we're going to be pulling them from all over.
A lot more preparation going into this season now I've seen in street stock racing in the 20 years I've been fooling with this stuff.
Right,
you know?
right.
I mean, it's just tons and tons of preparation. Guys are rubbing and polishing on their race cars. Not only are we going to see beautiful race cars, we're going to be seeing some close action this year.
Definitely close action this year. We're also going to have the Cajun mini stocks. They're going to come down. I know that they've already got guys from Louisiana, Mississippi, Georgia.
I look for their season to be bigger. They got a lot more cars coming in. A lot of guys committing to it. I'm looking forward to seeing some more mini stock racing. It's been kind of absent in the last few years. I'm looking to see a resurgence in that.
Definitely. And looking forward to the kickoff year. Plus, just breaking today, the Pure Stock Series, I think, got a private sponsor or a sponsor for the race.
Great.
They're going to do $500 to win, $50 guaranteed entry
to start.
Yeah, to start. So that's a great deal. It's a $20 entry fee. You get $50 to start. It's $500 to win, 15 laps. Man, I tell you what, it's a lot of great things that's fixing to go on in this racing world right now.
Well, a lot of it's trickling down.
It is.
It is. It's some of this trickle down economics, I guess you want to say. But you're seeing a lot of this stuff trickle down to some of the lower classes, and it's all it is filling up the show.
Right.
It's not just one class getting all the money. You're seeing all the classes getting a little bit of money.
That's right.
And they're just spreading it. And it's making racing all night long even better.
That's right. And it's bringing the fan a reason. It's giving the fan a reason to be there at the track, to see what's going on. you know, they kick it around. We put a lot of updates and stuff, right? But there's nothing better than being in that seat, getting that dirt slung in your hair, seeing that horsepower wide open, watching the wall bangers hit the wall, and watching the other ones take the checker flag. So,
and getting to know your buddy that's out there spending his money banging it against other guys. It's great. It's nothing in the world like it.
I love it, man. It's nothing like dirt track racing. If this is your first time ever communicating with anybody in the dirt track world, man, get to your local dirt track. Support these local tracks. Right. Make sure that they're around for a very long time. I know I got to keep on looking at the camera. I'm not thinking about that camera being right there in front of me. But remember, guys, go to our YouTube channel. It's Chris Creighton, Yellow Caution Flag. Just look it up on YouTube. Also, Google Plus. You can get there through Google Plus. And subscribe to our YouTube channel, because this year there's going to be a lot of stuff on there, okay? Yeah. We're going to all kinds of races. We're hooked up with a couple of series. We're going to do some traveling, plus our stuff from Why Not Motorsports Park. And most of the stuff that we put on the YouTube channel is just a preview for what our DVDs are. Great. And we're really expecting some big things from the DVDs this year. We have a new program. We're actually going to be able to use in-car cameras, maybe a separate camera. We up to 3 camera views on our studio. And
editing it all together, making it a full package. That's going to be great for you guys.
It is. We've really made some improvements. We're really growing a lot. And, you know, normally, like, I guess for the last few radio shows, it's taken us about 3 minutes to get to the news, but we're so jammed right now. It's the beginning of the season that, you know, it's like, oh my goodness, man, we got a lot to talk about in a short period of time.
Giddy like schoolgirls. This thing's going to be good. It's going to be great.
It is. Hope y'all join us this weekend out at Magnolia. It's going to be a great race out there, the Frostbuster 250. We'll wave at us, keep your yellow flags waving. We sure do appreciate all the support. You know, the question popped up. Well, first of all, let's talk about something that pays the bills. Okay, let's talk about something that helps all of us racers and race fans and media members and the whole group in general make it every day. And you're a new company, right? You're introducing a new product, right?
Yeah. We just started a new product.
I want to know a little bit about Southern Vapor. We got some T-shirts. We got some T-shirts to give away, race fans, and so we need to talk to Mr. Corey Murphy and see what this Southern Vape Shack is like, and hopefully we'll get on down there. Now, you're located here in Meridian.
Yes, and the village, what is it, Eastgate Village? Is that the name of it?
Over by the Coca-Cola.
Yeah, over by, across the road from Till Newell Animal Medical there.
Okay.
By the Coke plant on 45 there, just before you get into town. It's a neat little thing. We got into this year and a half or so ago. It's vaporizing.
Right.
It's electric, kind of like an electronic cigarette.
Yeah, puff on it one time so we can show it on that TV right there. Yeah, when this goes live, you'll be able to see what kind of...
No, I doubt it.
Huh?
Hold up, I didn't have it on.
Uh-oh. Look at that. Now, you're not going to get in trouble for smoking that at a bar.
No, it's vapor. It's not smoke.
Right.
That's the thing. You're not smoking it.
Right. And some of them have pretty good flavors and smell and stuff.
Different nicotine levels. We've got over 30 flavors in our shop. It's a great deal. Like to invite anybody to come down to the shop. Let the girls walk you through it. They can get you started. If you're smoking currently, we even have people that come in that don't smoke. They like the flavor. You can get in the 0 nicotine. You can use it.
So if you like your latte, maybe you want a little something to vapor on.
Got a hazelnut cappuccino waiting on you.
See there? This guy, he knows his product already. That's what I'm talking about. So,
but people are replacing their cigarettes with this. It's not a quit smoking
I wanted you to emphasize that. This is not a quit smoking thing. We don't advise anybody to smoke.
Use this to quit smoking in any way. But it is an alternative to smoking. It's a healthier alternative. I mean, instead of 6,000 chemicals, you've cut it down to no chemicals. They're all food grade materials in it, so it's great.
Wow, so it's all biological.
Yeah, it's no first, no second hand. It's minimal. There's a new report came out this week that it's 99% healthier than a cigarette.
All right, now
it's minimal impact on your system.
Southern Vape Shack. It's located down there by the Coca-Cola plant here in Meridian, Mississippi. It's in the same shopping center as H&R Block. If you got your taxes done. And
Sandra Little's there next door.
There you go.
Great lady there.
And Winn-Dixie, of course, in the parking lot of Winn-Dixie. AutoZone as well. So y'all know where it is.
Look us up on Facebook. Southern Vape Shack. VAPE. Southern Vape Shack on Facebook.
That's one of the things that we can do here. We can go ahead and post that on there. And we know that you have a web page out. So So we come across a little something this week, and I noticed that me and you had a common interest in this subject, and I kicked around this word called aerodynamics and what it meant to street stock racing. Corey, what's your take on this?
It's one of the most overlooked aspects of dirt track racing, but as competition is really stepping up, we've seen it last year in the Mississippi Street Stock Series. Competition is so stiff. You need every advantage you can get. I mean, why wouldn't aero be an advantage if you can manipulate it to your advantage?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you can use that to your advantage, I can see it, you know, being a part of your detail. I mean, instead of having, you know, you got the driver, you got the motor, you got the chassis.
Right.
Why overlook the body? It's just another detail. I mean, if somebody else is overlooking it, it may be the part that sets you apart.
This is, you know, and what we kind of really hit on the subject here is we're not really, you know, we're not talking about the guy finishing 12th and 14th. I think that there's probably several ways of improvement to bring that guy up front.
He's got some other things to focus on before
is the 3rd through 6th.
Yeah,
the 3rd through 6th.
Yes.
Those are the guys that we're talking about. Maybe, you know, we've taken care of the motor, we've taken care of
all those
the chassis.
details are covered.
Right, and I know that my driving skills are good.
Yeah.
But I'm still missing something.
I need a little more.
Right.
I need a little something more. Yeah, and that you could look. That's one of the areas the guys could look at. You know, it could really set them up there. You know, you can move forward one or something.
Right.
They find something.
Just a little update here. We went ahead and posted that on the Facebook. So if you're listening into the show and you're on Facebook, that's Southern Vape Shack right there. Make sure you go ahead and give them a like on Facebook. But back to that subject. You know, and we had from several different views, quite a few people who I won't name their names, that basically said, hey, you know, it's dirt racing's not ready for that, and I can see where this is a common thing that's been said for 20 years. Yeah. But then it was later on it was more reacted to that it is something that's kind of quiet, that's not really talked about, but experience has showed that yes, it does matter.
It's there. If it's an object in motion stays in motion until acted upon by equal or greater force.
Right.
What acts upon a race car?
Right.
Air. If you're trying to do 70 miles an hour, I mean, if you're trying to push a square peg through the air at 70 miles an hour, a round ball will go easier.
A bowling ball goes through to the pins a lot better than a cylinder brick.
Center block brick just won't make it there.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I mean, it's many different factors. You can look at it from many ways, but I was always told from the guys, my dad and other guys racing with, that aerodynamics starts at mile-an-hour 0.
Right.
I mean,
and explain that. It's not measured in feet, it's measured in inches.
That's right.
And this is something that it takes preparation. It takes time. It takes
details.
It's attention to details.
That's right. It's those finite details. When you've gotten all the other details, you feel like you're covered there.
Right.
You've done all you can do. Hey, I got time left in the week. I hadn't tore my car up this week. Let's work on some aero.
Right.
Let's see what we can do.
Because the first thing that somebody wants to say in the defense of it is, well, they're stock cars out on dirt track. They're going to get fender benders. A lot of what the racing that I seen from the Mississippi Street Stock Series last year, and there at the end of the year with the big races, I didn't see those front guys bumping and nudging too much.
That's right. You don't see the greats in the sport beating and banging. You don't see Bloomquist banging doors. You don't see Moyer banging doors unless somebody pushes them there. You know.
Right.
And you know that's any driver. You know they're passionate about their racing.
Right. Exactly right.
Anybody can be.
Exactly. So you know, basically the whole talk of it has been about the aero package and not like bringing anything to certain subjects and all, but what I feel like is these are things that probably weren't important 20 years ago. Cars, the racetracks weren't as good as they are now. You're thinking about a dirt track. These days when street stock cars go out on a dirt track, most of the time they're behind the big series, the main event. So they're not messing with a track that's all muddy and slippery, and they're messing with a dry, slick track that's almost as good as pavement.
Yeah, well, anytime you say dry, slick on dirt, you might as well say pavement.
Right.
Because if you slip up wrong on dry, slick racetrack, you'll knock the wall down just like you on asphalt.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, when you start the night, you try and keep the car nice and clean all night long anyway.
Right.
But aero isn't always outside the fenders.
Right.
You know, it's not always the side panels and stuff. There's other places you can pick up aerodynamic advantages. Okay. You know, even in front of the radiator. I know on asphalt, the air dam in the front end can actually create downforce.
Right.
You know, they say, well, mud's too heavy, it'll get caked up in there. Well, late in the night, it's all dust most of the time.
That's something that I'm really looking at too,
Yeah.
and how maybe these weren't the problems from 20 years ago. But like we said, if you've taken care of number one, the driver, number two, the motor, number three, the chassis, and you're still not winning or you're almost there, then maybe some aero is what we need to work on with this car.
Maybe an area we could spend some time and pick up some.
Right, and I believe that wholeheartedly, and that's why we're talking about it. Hey, you have the chance right now to call in. We have a couple of minutes before we start taking our guest calls. Call in if you have an area of discussion in this and you want to give your opinion. Yeah, just call us, man. Just give us a call. I keep forgetting that I got a camera pointing at me. This is recording, right? I see the red light, so I guess it is recording.
Oh, I thought it was because I kept moving around. Trying to get out of the way of that.
But I'm having a blast, man. Got Corey Murphy in the house here. We're doing things different. We're doing things big. We're gonna do like James Winston. We doing it big, okay?
We're blowing this thing up.
You know, when we do it big. You know, I like it. I love it, man. We're excited about tomorrow and about Saturday plus coming up in 2 weeks, the Battle of the States, man. Call in right now, 347-677-1158. Give us your opinion. Want to say a big hello out there to Tammy Davis. I know she's listening, her whole crew. Tony McCrate, hopefully he's out there listening to us. Him and Tucker. His picture the other day went viral. No crying in the pits.
Oh, yes. I love it.
We threw that in the Dirt Dog thing. Man, it went viral. It went everywhere. Mr.
Glad he's back.
Yeah. Glad to have Tucker back.
Yes.
Man, he can get some awesome shots out there. If y'all listening in tonight, McCrate, y'all give us a holler. If not, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Also, I want to thank Mr. Kelvin Hyatt, Joey Hyatt. Those guys are some great guys. The 28 car, LSU. They're big fans of them. They drive in the Crate Lake model. He actually went up from the street stocks a couple of years ago, you know, and went last year went full time into the late model.
Looking street car.
Yes, and had that 28
I'm not
on the side.
LSU fan, but they look good. His car looked good.
Always, and it is a good-looking car. I'm an Alabama fan, so we know how that goes. But I still love me some Heinz.
Let's not have that argument today.
Nope, this football season is over. Okay, we're not talking about it. Yeah, also, Brian Cox, thank you, sir. I know you're listening. Y'all always support us as much as you can. We're being listened to right now live in Saudi Arabia. That's what Kelvin Hyatt does for us. Yeah. So to be able to say I'm worldwide right now is an amazing thing.
You're on the other side of the pond, isn't you?
I am on the other side of the pond, man. It's daylight right there right now. Yeah, he's working his day right now, so probably this evening will be when this evening will be when he
appreciate all your sacrifice, brother. We thank you.
Yes, sir.
You and all the boys.
That's
and
right.
girls.
That's right, we do. 777 race team. I mean, the shake and bake race team. What are we gonna do?
He's giddy as a schoolgirl. I'm telling you right now.
I tell you what. I never cease to fail. I always mess up. I've got Mr. I don't want to do an echo, so I'm gonna quit and let him. I'm gonna call him back right here.
Okay.
All right. We got Mr. Eddie calling in. I told him I would send him the number. And dead blame it once again. I dropped the ball.
100 likes on 100 Facebook friends, and you can see us make these mistakes.
Yeah, exactly. That's all we need. Come on,
65
Corey.
more.
Come on, Corey. Actually, I'm not having to worry about giving away Mr. Eddie's number because I had somebody talking for me during that segment. As y'all know, hey, that's what I do. Let's see if we can get this thing working. Uh-oh. We're going to have something. That's Southern Vape right there. Southern Vape Shack. Also, Sound XTREME. This is the last weekend for Sound XTREME. We're going to have them posted on our website there. But thank you, Sound XTREME, Stephen Fitzgerald, for all that you do. We're going to be giving away some...
kicked off the season for you.
Hey, Mr. Eddie.
Hey.
Can you hear me, Mr. Eddie? Yes, sir, we can. There's probably just a tad bit of delay in the receiver here because we're working through a live microphone. Glad to have you on the show, Mr. Eddie. How's that 51 coming along right now?
Man, I don't know. We haven't always seen it. My nephew's been working on it for us for the last couple of weeks. He pulled the motor out and checked it out and made sure it was okay. And man, he's put the body on it for us, and we've been working on those other race cars, so we hadn't had time to work on it.
My goodness, you've been working on so many other cars, huh?
We're working on a few of them this off center, off winter, I mean.
Yes, sir.
We're going to have about 5 of our champions out there this year.
My goodness, working the shop hard. Now, one thing I learned last year when we were coming in towards the close of the race season, I started looking around to quite a few of y'all, and I was like, well, what do y'all do during the off season? And most of you, including you, look at me and say, there is no off season in racing.
There is no off season.
There's shot time and race time. Yeah. So you completed a.
If you keep up with NASCAR any at all, them dudes, they take about 2 weeks off a year.
That's right.
That's about what we did. If that, we really didn't even do that because at the Fall Classic, Roy didn't get to come with me up there, and he actually started one of the cars that we built for one of the other drivers, and we didn't know who was going to have it at the time, but Stacy Robinson wound up buying that car.
Ah, yeah, I do know. Stacy, he finished 4th in the points in the Mississippi Street Stock Series, driving the number 93. He was Mr. Consistency throughout the season last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now he's got him a new hot rod. I think he's still got the roller to the other one. I tell you what, you know how to make them down there, don't you, Mr. Withers? Mr. Withers?
Well, we try to do a good job. We try to build them safe, and we try to build them reliable. Our theory on these race cars is we design them to save your life one time.
That's right.
And we don't build them to be, crash cars. We build them to be safe.
Yep.
And with the possibility of a winter race car, and we put a lot of extra time and hard work in them to make sure that it's something that we would put our behind in.
That's right.
And we don't spare anything on safety. Nothing at all.
Yes, sir.
I mean, there's all kind of crazy things that can happen in a race car, and we just hope that we've done our part to make sure that it's as reliable as it can be when it comes to safety, because that's number one with us. It's above everything.
Right. Yeah, safety's first and foremost, and we go fast as we can after that.
I've got Mr. Corey Murphy here in the studio with us, Mr. Eddie. I didn't have you on a back line there, so let me introduce you to him. James Murphy's boy, Corey Murphy. He's advertising in his Southern Vape Shack. Make sure while you're in town you go over there and get vaporized. You know what I mean? It probably doesn't mean what it means now, what it meant 20 years ago.
No, not the same vaporizing. Yeah, yeah. That move.
Yeah.
It's
What kind of business is it? I didn't quite understand.
It's vaporizing. It's electronic cigarettes, kinda, but it's high quality electronic cigarettes. Yeah. If you're around Hattiesburg area, there's a lot of guys there doing it and stuff.
That's right. But he also had. That's a good problem, right? So me and Mr. Corey, we were having conversation, and he kind of started chiming into a question I had about aerodynamics and all, and I wanted to get your take while you're on the air. What do you think about aerodynamics in street stock racing? Do you think it's an importance? Do you think it's something that's probably going to be looked into more as the future rolls out, or is it just something that's over exaggerated and overdone?
Well, I'm not really one to be able to give you an honest opinion on that. I can tell you this: I like the way they look whenever they look cool. Aerodynamics on a car.
Yes, sir.
I love the way they're doing some of these cars. I like the fact that the rules that we have are trying to make them look more like a car. And last year, they were getting into really trying to make the aerodynamics on them things work. But it took away from the look of the car. And we race in the street stock series, and some of these guys want to race in late models, and they're building a late model body and putting it on street stock.
That's right.
And so I'm glad that they changed the rules a little bit, that they did change.
Right.
Because people in the stands, when the cars come out on the racetrack, they want to say, oh man, look at that car right there. They don't want to say, what's that?
Right.
So that's where I'm at on it.
they can relate to the cars better now.
I definitely believe that some of the aerodynamics on our cars, as fast as we're getting, I definitely believe it can definitely play a big part in a car, getting through the corners, especially. And down the straightaways, I mean, if it's got a big old sail back there on the back, it's going to slow it down.
Yes, sir.
It may help it going in the corner. So
that's right. That's right.
We're still experimenting with those kind of things.
Yeah. Well, I think it's kind of a new and open door subject, and that's, that was my curiosity in it, was, we've heard so much out of asphalt racing and big track racing and all about aerodynamics and stuff, and this is my opinion, my opinion only. You have all these certain dirt cars, and you have like the sprint cars. Well, those have a big wing up on top. They're made all like bathtubs. You basically, you're an open wheel bathtub. That's what you're racing. No, I love it. Hey, my kid loves it. Can't wait to see it this weekend. Open wheel modifieds. They're a little bit more. They got a skinnier tire, but their bodies are all basically the same.
Right.
Then you get into to late models. The bodies are basically the same.
Yep.
But with stock car racing, you've got a ton of different bodies you can choose from.
You're going to go Camaro, you're going to go Monte Carlo, what you going to do with it?
Right. You may choose a 94 Camaro or an 84 Buick. Which one is more aerodynamic for the type of racing that you're doing? And that's kind of what opened my eye to it. And I'm by no means, it's just something, a hot topic that I think I wanted to talk about. And I think that I like the response that I've gotten so far with it, Mr. Murphy.
Mm-hmm. I enjoy hearing the experienced guys talk about it. The guys that have been doing it for 30 years, they've seen the sport develop so much. The corner speeds pick up so much over the last 15, 20 years. How these guys feel about, and maybe even scratch the surface and see what they're doing about it.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I guarantee you some of the more experienced and longer guys that have been around are probably already experimenting.
They may not want to talk about it, but they're playing.
Yeah, I think that's kind of was the tone at the first part when we dropped the question. Was this is the fourth unsung hero to our advantages. So Chris, shut up. But hey, it's all for fun. It's all for media. We got a lot of people listening right now, Mr. Eddie, and I'm so glad to have you on the air. You are a winner in the Mississippi Street Stock Series. You took your win July 12th at Hattiesburg Speedway now. Thanks to Mr. Donald Parker for picking up the lease on that racetrack down there at Hattiesburg. Yes. We're going to have racing every Friday night at Hattiesburg Speedway. He's making some improvements. I've seen a new fence be put up. He's making some other improvements around the racetrack that's going to make it better and more quality for the fans and for the kids. And that's a great thing. We love...
In the Mississippi Hall of Fame.
Yep. Wow.
And Donald is he's very, very knowledgeable, and he's very wise. I'm looking forward to going up there and racing with him. I just hope that they will run us, often enough that we can get up there more than a few times a year.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, we've been racing that racetrack since in the 80s when we started racing that racetrack.
Right.
Of course, they've changed a lot over the years, but it's still the same location. It's still in the same general area, and the same grandstands that was there years ago. The way they're designed are still there now. I mean, they replace the courts and things like that. But, it's just a fun racetrack to go to.
Now, so you've been racing there since the 80s. How did it feel to take that first win there? You and I had such a great conversation that night before you won the race, and then the conversation actually carried on to after you won the race, and you were just so confident that night. You told me before you even won it, look, I told my wife on the way up here that I was going to win this thing. And then you went out there and you prevailed through all kinds of hard chargers. I think Michael Williams was up there for a minute. I know Roger Flynn and you were battling it out, and really it just played out. Everything played out perfect key for you to take that win that night for Larry White Racing, and that was it probably meant a lot to you being there for so long, right?
Yeah, I was tickled to death. I mean, I couldn't. Dale Earnhardt Jr., when he won this week, he was no more excited than I was.
And that was an excited buddy.
I was excited.
Yeah.
He was no more excited than I was. And some people may think
Right.
It wasn't arrogance. It wasn't me thinking that I had the abilities to do it and I was going to do it. I just had that feeling that I was going to win.
Right. You raced 9 other races.
I had that feeling since, and I didn't.
Yeah, you raced 9 other races and you didn't even have that feeling. I remember, and maybe I was the rooster of the bad rooster of the eggs, but I asked you, you know, are you feeling it tonight? And you, no, not like I did that night, you know. So now that just shows it was your night to shine, and you felt that extra well, what did you talk about? Man, you talked luck and opportunity.
Yeah, that's 2 lines in space that intersect. That intersection's that one line's opportunity, one's preparation. Where they intersect, that's luck. That's
luck.
all that is.
That's luck, and you fell right into the hands of that, and you felt it, man. You know a good hand.
You were prepared, and the opportunity arose, and you took advantage of it. That was a great night.
That was.
And those days like that are funny because you start seeing your number. Pardon me, Miss Willis. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we had been working on that car. I said we had been working on that car so hard, and part of the reason was I just felt like we were that close to making it work on that racetrack.
Yeah.
And,
felt like you hit on a combination.
In Hattiesburg over the years, but I had won a few, and I just felt like the changes that we made. My brother, my nephew, I had forgotten that night to mention my nephew. Johnny Willis, my nephew, him and Chris, his little brother-in-law, they worked their butts off on that car that night just to get the steering fixed, because we could change the steering and all kinds of stuff in the car. And we overlooked the spot where he was out there grinding on my steering column with a file. Not a grinder, a file, a hand file, in order to get the clearance so that I could make that race. I mean, he spent like 30, 35 minutes with a file, filing down that thing so I could turn my steering wheel.
Are you serious?
Sounds like y'all.
If he hadn't done that, I don't know what would.
Yeah,
I mean, that's just how close it was that we didn't make that race. And I'm like, man. I mean, I'm like, gosh, what we gonna do? And no Johnny's like, I'll take care of it. And he did. I mean, he busted his butt. And then the bad thing about it was, he had to leave early. He didn't get to watch his race.
Bless his heart. He didn't even get to take part in celebration afterwards.
Yeah, but, no, he sure didn't. And me being so excited, I forgot all about it. You know, let people know who had the real
And
helping us get that win.
that's right. That's right. That's right. It was it had something to do with watermelons. I remember that. Or was it turnip greens? Which one was it?
Yeah, I was telling you we were going to be chasing that watermelon tonight. That's how bad I wanted it.
That's right.
That's right. That's right.
That's redneck's move. I mean, we'll fight over that watermelon. All you got to do is put that sucker in a creek.
That's right.
We're ready to knock each other out and get that watermelon.
Hurt myself getting to a watermelon now.
Now, you're planning on running the series again this year, right?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah.
Good deal.
Great.
I don't think we're going to probably get to race as much as we did last year. Last year we were running like 35 races in all.
Yes, sir. You were up there.
I don't think we're going to get nowhere close to that because we've kind of stepped up our game on advertising and let people know we're doing race cars. And I don't know if you know it or not, but we're starting to. We're not starting to, but we're going to build a car for the Mississippi Street Stock Series. We're a sponsor now.
Yes,
We're
sir.
going to build a car that's going to be raffled off.
Yeah. Dollar raffles.
National race, and you can buy this. Yeah, we're going to build a car and sell and raffle it off for $1 ticket. So if you want to get a race car, all you got to do is have $1, and you've got a good chance to win. The guy spends lots of money buying tickets. We've already got. Me personally, I've already probably got 500 tickets over, and we ain't got tickets paid yet.
Yeah.
We hadn't even had the first points paying race.
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
We're going to work just as hard at building that chassis to make it a reliable, safe car as we do any of these cars that people are buying from us.
That's right.
And I mean, we're excited about it. Matter of fact, while we're on the radio, if anybody is interested in being a sponsor to help put this car together, we're not talking about the chassis. Will's chassis is going to buy the materials and buy the parts to build that car, or is the chassis itself.
Right.
But what we need is sponsors or people that want to be a part of actually building a complete car and putting it together. I mean, fuel cells. Ronnie Wayne's going to give me a fuel cell. He's already taking credit on that. And then, if they're there the night of the race of the Street Stock National race, and if they win the car, Rodney Wing is going to open up his racetrack and give them a complete test and team session.
Awesome.
So there's already good things. Right, there's already a lot of good things behind this partnership with the raffle ticket to win this chassis, and of course there's always more help needed and more help wanted, and you're more than willing to open your establishment up to somebody who's willing to help out, give a helping hand on getting this thing put together. That's the beauty of this racing thing, man.
It's just getting bigger.
It's
just getting bigger.
It really is. It really is, Mr. Eddie. Having important guys like you on. Hit you up? Go ahead. Hit you up on what?
They can hit me up on my Facebook, Eddie Willis, and you'll see my Willis chassis in there, and there's a doggone picture of me in there, I think, too. I'm not sure. But anyway, it's Eddie Willis, and I'm in Gulfport, Mississippi, and you'll see pictures of my car, and hit me up on there and ask me anything that you would like to ask. And
right.
I'll tell you as much information about things that I know about of anything, and we'd love to try to spread the word about us doing that call for the Mississippi Street Stock Series. And we're looking forward to big things out of that.
Awesome, and we're getting you typed in right now. If you're following on Facebook, we're going to give you the name, Eddie Willis, and Willis Chassis. So if you're following us along, just go to your Facebook. You don't know where he is, we're going to give it to you right there. We're going to make it real easy for you to be able to connect into Willis Racing and Willis Chassis. Eddie, you're a great competitor. You've been around, you've been doing this for a long time, haven't you, bud?
Yeah, we got out of it for a while, but yeah, my brother Roy, me and him are partners on the car and building these cars, and he actually started the first Willis race car, I guess, in 1986. Back then, he built that thing out of fence pipe, and I mean, it would just kill you to believe what I'm telling you whenever we built that car. But he actually built that thing out of fence pipe, and he had a regular car seat in the car, and we didn't have seat belts and stuff for seats like we got nowadays. He had a bucket seat in there, and put a rope around him to tie him into the car, because when he'd go in the corner, he'd be going out of the seat. So he put a rope around him to tie himself in there so he wouldn't come out of the seat, and that's how we actually started racing.
My goodness.
And we've been building our cars ever since.
Now I got a big announcement that just come through, Mr. Eddie. Breaking news as we speak. Mississippi Street Stock Series just responded to what we just talked about. Mississippi Street Stock Series will donate 4 new Hoosier tires for the car to be raffled. Huh? That's the power of radio, baby. That's right. The power of radio. Huh?
Now we need wheels for them.
Yes, sir. That's right. Oh, that's That's right. That's what Mr. Murphy just said.
Shoot, yeah. Hey, I tell you, it wouldn't. It wouldn't surprise.
One of these guys that sells wheels, man. All we need is 4 wheels.
Now all you need is 4 wheels. We got the tires. Now all we need is the wheels. If you're listening in, you got 4 wheels to donate. Man, just send us a text, man. Let's blow this thing up, man.
I'm telling you. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me one bit by the end of the season that this wasn't a turnkey race car. It wouldn't surprise me one bit. There's so many guys
ready, all the way to go.
No, it wouldn't surprise me.
We want it to be a turnkey race car. We want it to be a turnkey race car the night it's given away.
That's what I'm talking about, yeah.
They can be able to get in that car and ride around the racetrack that night.
Amen.
How big would that be?
That would be amazing.
We could do it.
Yeah.
And then this car is going to be given away when? What's our deadline?
The Nationals.
We're going to give away the Saturday night on the Southern Street Stock Nationals, the night of on Saturday night.
Okay, Saturday night, the Southern Street Stock Nationals.
We're going to start building it no later. Yeah, we're going to start trying to build this thing no later than May and have it complete by the end of January, maybe July. July at the latest, and actually be able to show this thing off so that people can say, hey, this is a real race car. They weren't kidding.
Right. Right.
We're serious about this. We're going to build it. And we just need people to get the word out that you know, they have an opportunity to have a winning, hopefully a winning race car.
Yeah. To jump on board. Yeah.
Me and my brother, we stuck our neck out. We actually called up Shannon. I said, hey, man, we want to try to run this thing and see what you think. And he couldn't believe it. And he's like, y'all be willing to do that? I said, yes. And we want our name advertised every single race.
That's right. And you'll get it right here as well.
Every week.
We'll make sure until August 23rd. August 23rd is the Southern Street Stock Nationals. That's actually the 22nd and 23rd. But the 23rd, that's the Saturday. That's when this race car is going to be given away. It should be ready to race that night.
That's right. If you're a potential sponsor for this, hey, get in touch with Shannon Ayers, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. All they got to do is get in touch with me or Shannon.
Yep.
And I promise you, any sponsorship, it will not be wasted. You will not have to worry about us taking that time and that money and putting it on our car.
That's right.
Matter of fact, we don't even want you to give us money. We want our parts.
That's right.
Just deliver parts.
And we'll put them on the car.
Deliver the parts.
That's what it's all about.
They're not going on my car.
My
Yeah.
goodness.
I mean, we'll put a sticker on the thing, you know, for the raffle for Mississippi Street Stock Series.
That's right.
We'll come up with something. I mean, hey, the sky's the limit. If you can think it, you can do it.
That's right, and that's what's been going on with Mississippi. This is a dream come true for so many Mississippi Street Stock Series drivers. I know you're living a dream yourself, Mr. Eddie. I've got David Williamson on the line over here, and he's been holding like a captain, man. He's been holding since about 8:30. So we want to go ahead and get him on. Mr. Eddie, y'all are not going to be at the MAG this weekend, but you're going to be at the Battle of the States, right?
Right.
Okay.
Tell David I said hello. Tell him to hook me up.
That's right.
Okay, we will do. Mr. Eddie, give us some of those names, and we know about Larry White and all the things that Larry White Racing, and we always keep him up on a good term, and it's always great. That's always great to have him out there at the racetrack, having his smile out there really turns our hearts. But there's some other people too that help this thing get by, right?
Oh yeah. Well, you know, we've got a lot of people to thank this year, especially Michael Williams. My brother, we got with Michael Williams, and we're kind of forming a partnership. We're building chassis and the cars that we do complete car. Michael will be putting our bodies on for us. And my nephew, I mentioned a minute ago, Jacob Tuffer, at Southern Tire Mark. He is a salesman for them, and that young man, if it wasn't for him, our car wouldn't even be close to being able to race next week, or 2 weekends from now.
Right.
And we could use some more sponsorship for our personal race car, but right now we're worried about getting some sponsorship for the car giveaway.
Yeah.
And,
sounds good.
We don't really have too many other folks that's helping us out anymore.
Right.
You know?
But help is welcomed and needed.
A couple people, we've got a couple friends that's been coming over here and helping us work on these cars. There's nobody paid out of Will's chassis. The cars, the money goes right back into the racing fund for 51. And we've got a couple guys that's been coming over here and helping us. Bob has been coming over here, and Greg's been coming over here, and one from those two guys, we wouldn't be nowhere close to where we are on these chassis. They've been a lifesaver for us, so we appreciate them too. Definitely,
Mr. Eddie. Glad to have you on. It's always a pleasure. Cannot wait to see you in a couple weeks here at the Battle of the States race at Why Not Motorsports Park. If you hadn't already made your plans, be there. All right. Thank you, Mr. Eddie. You've been great, man. Always glad to have you on, sir. We'll see you in a couple weeks here. All right. That's Mr. Eddie Willis there from Willis Chassis. Thank you. Bye-bye. From Willis Chassis, always a great time having him on. Just a good competitor. Had a hard-fought win last season, and looking forward to maybe another win this year. Now, we've got David Williamson. David, how you doing, man? I'm so sorry that we took so long to get you on the line here. How you been, buddy?
I've been doing good. It ain't no problem. I got time.
Well, we all hope we do anyway, right?
Oh, yeah.
We always got more time than we got money, right?
Well, now what do you?
That's right.
What do you think about all this conversation so far? You've been hanging on for about 30 minutes here. And, what do you think about all this good stuff going on?
I've been interested. Australia's got a good thing going down there on the coast. So I'm kind of interested to see the giveaway come. That all sounds real good, and I'm happy. We'll hope I think bring a few more people in the racing that would never, usually have the opportunity to never have a race. So, I'd like to see somebody on set if they were the one to call.
I'm with you there. I'd like to see a new face that wouldn't have the opportunity to race out there in that car.
Right, right. That would be a great thing to see. Now, David, you've been talking about improvements in car. You've been making quite a few improvements on your car between the off season and now, haven't you?
Oh yeah, we've done a lot of work to the car. It's a lot of small stuff that you really don't notice. I stop every day, when I get in for work, just look at the car. I'm like, nothing's getting done. And it's like the same thing every day. But things are still getting done. But it all started adding up. It takes a lot longer to knock all the little small things out than the bigger things. So,
yes, sir.
so hopefully we almost got all the small ones knocked out, and we can start on body and assembly pretty much.
Right.
That's right. That's those time-consuming little details that have got to be done and got to be straightened out before the season starts. They take time. They do.
Now you've got a close-knit family around you, and a lot of people that are willing to help you out in your hardest times. Tell me about how it is around the Williamson shop. Is it just you mainly turning the wrenches, or do you have a little bit more help? I know old Kojak Mathis is somewhere around there. I said I know old Kojak Mathis has got to be around there somewhere.
Oh yeah, he hangs around pretty regularly. He's good help. And I got Mark Holland here. He comes down and helps me.
Yeah, those.
He takes help. It really does.
Those are two of my good buddies, man. I enjoy talking to them all the time. Mark will send me pictures and stuff all the time. I know he's really excited about getting this race season started. So you're not going to be mainly running the series this year. You're kind of a guy who's in it to have fun. And tell me about what you kind of got planned for this year.
Like I said, I plan on series races when they're kind of local, but I'm not sure. It just depends on finance.
Right.
It costs a lot to travel and race and try to still get by. So, my main intention is to run Jackson. They're doing a good little point still for the street stops this year.
That's right. $2,000 has been added on to the championship purse. Street stock drivers, we haven't really talked about that. We Buy Junk Cars has stepped up, and they've offered $2,000 to the winner of the championship in the Street Stock Series. So
that's a big deal.
That's a big deal. That is definitely.
I'm happy for you guys. Y'all get an opportunity to race at home and still have a good payback at the end of the season, man, David. I wish you luck on that. Now that's going to be a good series, home track points to run for this year.
That's right. We Buy Junk Cars. We're going to post that on the website right now, so you can check it out. Love them sponsors that help out dirt track racing. Now, William, you had a special year last year too. You outran some pretty big guns when people were acting like David who. So this year you've got a little bit more known about. People know you a little bit more. You've gotten comfortable. I've seen you at swap meets and all. Tell me about what you're going to bring to the table and what really pushes you to want to run with these guys in the tight competition that's up front right now.
That's just, you just said it's a level competition. It makes you want to strive better for yourself. You got guys like Brooks Strain, Rodney Wayne driving street stocks. Like Marcy Chad Bruce, all these guys been racing super late models for years, and all of them are great drivers. And one big race is being super late models. So bring that to the table. And, I'm not exactly a rookie no more, but I'm still young in the sport. And it's a big step. you know, for us younger guys to step up to the table. I mean, competition's crazy this year.
It seems to me it's going to be... Right.
That's my biggest part of why my car ain't ready yet. Last year at the end of the year, we kept having breakdown after breakdown, and, you know, there's no motor issues and nothing, just small things, you know.
Right.
Basically just second-hand parts, and that's what I've been trying to fix this winter, you know.
Right. Now
just fix everything.
when we go into what was broken, we got a little time here, so you know when we go into what was broken, you were having rear end issues last year, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Right. But you've gotten those things worked out. You're going with a different rear end this year. I know that for sure. And you were able to pick up a few special commodity parts at the swap meet up there at Etheridge Parts Swap, didn't you?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a lot of stuff I can actually use. You know, some things are good secondhand, but you know, some things, you know, in hard times you got to do what you got to do. But you know, if you can do better, and use most of the time a better way. So,
right. Now I seen. The reason why I bring that up, David, is because I was able to, you know, view a lot of people and the stuff that they were buying, and the parts that you were buying were not necessarily the parts that most of the other people were buying. And by no means am I but what you were paying attention to detail. I noticed that you were paying attention to certain detail. You were there with those certain things on your mind to pick up, weren't you?
Yeah, I had it in my mind, and just, you know, I've been around racing since day one, so I've been working on race cars most of my life. I may not sound that long, but, you know, since 5 years old, you know, it's been a pretty good while. You know, you pretty much learn, you know, what to look for and what not to look for, huh?
Right. Well, now this is going to kind of squeeze me into this next question that we've talked about with other people tonight. And it's been a topic of discussion since yesterday. What do you feel about aerodynamics in street stock racing and dirt track street stock racing? What do you think about aerodynamics? Does it have a place in racing?
Well, I don't think it's as big of an issue in our street stock class. I think you get to a higher level, maybe super late models, sprint cars. I think aerodynamics play a bigger role just because of speed. And especially once you get on asphalt where you're doing, you know, 150 to 200 miles per hour, I think that's when aerodynamics can play a real big role. But when you shoot, I'm seeing street stocks off of races with, you know, half the front cap of the car missing. So I mean, as far as street stock, I don't think it's that great of an issue. But I mean, in adolescence, it never hurts to improve and then go to the car.
Right.
Now, like I said, I wouldn't spend my main part of the time there.
Now, and we're talking about, you know, while we're talking about this, the 28 car, it didn't look like it just come off the showroom floor either, and you put a stomping on Dave Nations and Jeff Butler at their home track almost. So that, you know, that had to that's got to be something that, you know, you're relying on basic fact right there, that maybe aerodynamics isn't such an issue at this point in time. That's kind of what we're fooling with right now. You know, and I'm not going to disagree with you, David, at all, because I see your point of view. I mean, you showed up in the 28. Probably some people were like, that guy's going to make the race, whatever. Then you went out there and you ran the wheels off that thing. And I mean, you know, it's amazing how much talent makes up for the rest of it.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I want to give you credit there. Talent is definitely something that you have in these stock cars. And but I personally think that there is a little bit more relevance in street stock aerodynamics than what people are kind of giving credit to.
Especially when competition gets as tight as it's getting now. Everybody, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're, to me, it doesn't matter if you're doing 5 miles an hour or you're doing 205 miles an hour.
That's right.
When the competition is close, you got to get all the details in that you can get.
Right. Now, if you're going out to win a race and you'd show up for a local racetrack, maybe this doesn't really pertain to you. But if you're running a series and every point that you get matters and you seem to be running second and third or fourth every weekend, then maybe this is an area that you can fine-tune to actually be able to go to the next level. We don't know. That's why it's a topic of discussion, and definitely it's been an open table. I've really, really enjoyed getting feedback.
Yeah.
I may come up, one thing that I think Corey knows, and definitely his father, Mr. James, I don't mind asking stupid questions.
No, the only stupid question is the one that wasn't asked.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And so with that, with me learning and seeing these things and these ideas pop into my head, you know, it's something that the average fan, it would be great if I knew everything about racing. But it's even better for the fans for somebody not to know everything about racing so that I'm not giving them the dry book theory. Right. I'm able to experience this learning thing with fans who are actually interested in this. There's fans right now listening to this that have listened to almost an hour of this talk about aerodynamics.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of information that we like to bring to the table, and we really enjoy talking about it.
And if we knew everything about racing, wouldn't it get boring?
It would.
It would get so depressing.
And I think that we would have one winner all the time.
Yeah.
What amazes me, and I'm glad that we're down to 4 minutes on the show because if he's still listening, I give him credit. Brooks Street's haircut today got talked about more than our topic of discussion.
Oh no.
And then I know that he read our post because he said he was working on his 10th of a second with this haircut.
On his fro. Trying to pull it off the sides.
We're not gonna talk about what somebody.
Did he get his ears lowered down out of the airfield?
Well, I'll let you go back and read some of the comments about his haircut. We love Brooks Street. Can't wait to see you guys, man. Hopefully this weekend, if not this weekend, definitely at the Battle of the States. David, are you gonna be able to get that car ready for the Battle of the States? Give us some good news on that before we go to the top of the hour.
We're gonna work our butts off. That's our goal right now.
All right, now.
Sure, I'd love to meet that.
And you're running a built motor, right? You build your own motors.
Yeah, I build my own motors. Build my own everything pretty much. Anything I can.
Yeah, and you're gonna bring Ford back to the market in Street Stock Series, right?
There you go.
Good deal.
I won't be racing anything else, so.
First on race day, baby. I'm with you.
Got the Ford fans in the house saying yeah, and the bow tie saying boo. You know what I mean? So we love it, man. This is racing. Are y'all ready for 2014? The race season is almost here, y'all. It is almost here. We've had a blast tonight.
It's like
David,
waiting on Christmas.
I hated to get you on so late, man, but I mean, has this just not been an awesome show? Is this not just a great thing to be a part of right here?
You got your thing going and shit. I'm glad you're doing everything you're doing.
Well,
get into perspective, right? It's more than just a fan sitting in the bleachers and watching a race and going home. It kind of intermingles everything. You know, just the fan and the driver's shoes, so to speak. You know.
I'm thankful for all the drivers and crews that put together these cars every week, work the late hours, putting it together so that the fans will have a race to go see.
That's right. See, this is what we've brought to the table is nothing more than a courtesy shot back to all the hard work that the drivers in the series have done to put this together.
A little more spotlight for them.
It's a little bit more spotlight for them. It's brought to you with a different attitude. It's brought to you from a different perspective. We're not a sanctioned series. We're a private-owned company. We are Po' Boy Media Company.
Fly by night.
In your face, right here. This is how we do it. And it takes the partnership of what we do for y'all and y'all giving such a great feedback to us. It takes those drivers and those team owners that say, man, we appreciate what you're doing. That helps me open my eyes up every day knowing that we're doing it. It does. It lets me know that we're going in the right way. Before we leave this hour, I've got to make sure this is known. Jody Salter, we had him on last week. He runs Street Stock Nation, the Facebook page. He wanted me to reiterate about this fat head that goes up. Yeah, they're doing stock car fat heads. Huh? Fat heads for stock fat heads. All right, so we're giving away a free numbers in a contest starting tomorrow. Fathead voting starts tomorrow. And I just shared your show. Hope it helps. That was kind of a message to me. Go to Street Stock Nation and find out about this fathead. Jody Salter will be glad to talk to you. Let's make sure, before we leave the show here, that we get Street Stock Nations put up there. What do y'all think about this new fan feedback through us using the actual social media to kind of give an awareness of who these guys are and who we're talking to. I think we could have done a little bit more on actually promoting the drivers tonight. But we got some changes. We need y'all one more time. We need y'all to make sure that you go to the YouTube channel. If you're a Google Plus member or a YouTube member, you already know what I'm talking about. You can go subscribe to our YouTube channel. When we get 100 views, 100 subscriptions to our YouTube channel, we can take this show live on YouTube every night, Thursday night, 8 p.m. Central Time. I've got the equipment. Corey, is the equipment not here?
Yeah, we're going in HD. Heavy duty, baby.
Hey, you see it on the camera right there, HD. You know how we do it. David Williamson, good luck this year, man. Love what you're doing for the sport. You're a natural-born talent. I hope that some people come along and really help your career out a lot, because it is fun watching you race with these big dogs out there in the Mississippi Street Stock Series and just the normal weekends out at Jackson and Hattiesburg. It is awesome to see you out there.
I sure do appreciate it.
Well, guys, our hour's up. We got to. We of course we buy a little bit more time, but I only plan an hour show. I'm glad that I bought a little bit more time, because we're already a minute over. I didn't want to slow down any.
Parting is such sweet sorrow.
I mean, it is. It is. It's a beautiful thing. So this is our time to reach out to you, fans. We've got one shirt. What? How many shirts we got to give away?
4. I think it's
4
4.
shirts.
We got 2 extra large and 2 large.
Okay, so we got 4 shirts to give away. Let's go ahead and get somebody on the hotline now. 347-677-1158. The first 2 callers get 2 shirts. Get a pick of the shirt. Okay, we're gonna hold 2 shirts back for next week so that we have 2 shirts to give away then. But the first 2 callers to 347-677-1158, they're gonna get a free Southern Vape Shack T-shirt.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And all of a sudden, for some reason, Mr. Billy James's voice went across my head. Read off the race car. Read off the race car. Read off the race car. I love it how you guys. I don't know how in the heck you did it, Mr. Billy James, but you said it in my head. Read it off the race car. Read it off the race car.
There it is.
All right, we've got a caller here. All right, got the caller on the line. 2058, talk to me.
Yeah, there?
Yes, sir. Can you hear us?
Yeah, there we go. I can hear you.
All right, it's a little bit of delay in it. You are the winner of the Southern Vape Shack T-shirt, man. Waiting on one more caller.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. If you'll just hold on the line for just a minute, we'll get your information here, okay? We need one more caller. Okay, we're going to hold you online right here. Okay, one more caller. Come on, we need one more caller in so we can get you on the air. We've got a few minutes here, David Williamson. I know you're hanging tight there. You're probably just listening to the show now, aren't you?
While we're waiting. Of Job,
he does. And this happens to David every single time I get him on the show. Now, David, I know that you got a little bit of help and all. We wanted to get to that one more time. Tell us about the people that help you get to the racetrack, even if it's just your closest family and friends, man.
Again this year, and we're going to pick up a few more sponsors for again this season. That sponsors are the main thing right now to kick us in gear to make the Bama Flex race and whatnot. So we can pick a few sponsors up. We'll be there.
That's right. Sponsorship space available.
That's right. That's right. That's what it's all about, David. That's how we work from weekend to week out. It takes more than just our own funding at times to make this thing roll. It's the same thing in our boat. We're open to anybody. We ain't gonna turn you down. We'll show you exactly where your money is going. We love to do what we do, and we enjoy doing what we do, and we want to keep on making the fans that much more closer to racing. That's what we're here for. One more caller. You'll get to talk to David Williamson on the line. And you win your free T-shirt. You see how I just threw you out there, David? You're marketing, man. I love it, man.
Right. We got you in the marketing business already.
Call the show now. Call the show now. 347-677-1158. We've got a couple more minutes. Come on now, Tammy. I know you're out there. You can win 2 T-shirts, darling. I don't mind. Give us a call. We want to go ahead and give that thing away. I do have Brooks' strength. I think he has made a comment. Steve Peacock is his advantage.
Is his advantage.
He has stated the hot topic of the day. I think that Brooks is actually listening because he said he had a statement to say about the hair. So
appreciate you listening, Brooks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Come on now. We need one more caller. 347. There it is. We got us a caller right there. David Wilson, you hold on the line right there.
It's probably Brooks' strength.
It's probably Brooks. It is. YCF, this is the radio show. You've won your T-shirt. Who we got?
Hello.
Who we got on the line? Glendale Shoemake. All right. Got Glendale on live. You're the winner of the T-shirt there. And now, Glendale, I've already got your information. And I can get in touch with you to get it. Let's get this other caller up here who's waiting on mine. Let's talk to him real quick, okay, Glendale? Glendale, if I can get you to turn the radio down just a little bit, we'll come back to you here in just a second. Turn that radio down for us. Okay, now this is the first caller that won the T-shirt. Who are we speaking to?
Yeah, my name is Josh Franklin.
Josh Franklin. Yes, sir. I remember when you tied into me a couple weeks ago and started liking our page, man. I appreciate the support.
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate you guys taking the street stock deal to the next level. I love it.
Well, we love it too, man. We're having a blast. We're supposed to have an hour show. We're about 7 minutes over right now. We're keeping it.
We're living the dream, baby.
We are. We are. Now, Josh, where are you from, man?
We're from Camdenton, or actually Lebanon, Missouri now.
Lebanon, Missouri. Okay, yeah.
All right.
West Plains?
Yeah.
Is that near West Plains, Missouri?
It'd be about 2 hours north of West Plains.
Yeah, okay.
Cool, man. And you're listening to us all the way up there. See, we told y'all we nationwide. We got people listening up in Saudi Arabia. We've now got a shout out. We're going to send a T-shirt over here to Missouri.
We live and wide.
Make sure now you gather them up and bring them down here for our Battle of the States race at Why Not Motorsports Park. You heard all about that, hadn't you, Josh?
Well, you know, I watch a lot of the street stock stuff all over the nation. I've seen a little bit there, but I don't know the particulars of it.
Okay. Well, I tell you what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and post it on Facebook right now, the Battle of the States race. So if you want to know a little bit about it, here in a couple of weeks, we're going to have a Battle of the States. We're bringing in drivers from all across the southeastern region and beyond, wherever they want to come from. And we're putting them together in their classes. We're running the 2 best times that from per state. In other words, in their qualifying, the 2 best times, they're going to get to compete in a $500 dash for the cash, its own race. And from each individual state, they're going to pull the 2 best qualifiers and race them by series, by their Neesmith rules and all, into their own race. I'm going to pass that information along to y'all right now. So just go to my Facebook page and check out the Battle of the States race right there. I'm part of the owner into that actual Facebook page, so it doesn't let me share it like everybody else. So I tell you what I'm going to do, Josh Franklin. I'm going to send you that direct request and let you share it amongst your friends. I will call you back here in about 5 minutes to get your information, so we don't put that over the air. Okay, Josh?
Okay, guys. Thank you much.
And thank you. And tell us about your street stock racing over there in Missouri, real quick.
How much does it rely on air?
They're pretty wide open. You know, all stock suspension stuff. Supposed to be stock appearing bodies. They will allow aluminum panels. You know, it's a lot like Batesville.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Type stuff.
9 pounds per cubic inch kind of stuff.
Track that say that again.
They do a 9 pounds per cubic inch kind of thing.
No, sir. Usually just as long as it's steel. As long as it's steel, it's pretty much wide open.
As long as it's steel.
Most of the time, cars got to weigh about 3,000, 3,100 pounds.
Yeah, as long as it's steel and real, we'll run it, huh?
That's it.
That's right. A lot of two-barrel stuff.
Yep.
Our home track here is the Lucas Oil Speedway, and we're on four-barrel there.
Poor thing, that poor little racetrack. Man, bless your heart, have to run there every week.
It's a dive.
Yeah. That's a gorgeous place, is what it is. It is.
That's right.
Yeah, we're pretty blessed to have Forrest Lucas choose this as a playground for us. So we're pretty lucky.
That's right. Well, that's a heck of a racetrack to have in your backyard there, and glad that you're listening to our show. And spread the word, and we'll be glad to get some of your drivers on. Right now on Yellow Caution Flag, the Facebook page, I just posted the Battle of the States race, Josh, so you should be able to pick it up. And we'll give you a call back here in about 5 minutes. We appreciate you listening to the show, and be glad to send you this T-shirt, man, from Southern Vape Shack. Corey Murphy here. It's a private-owned business. They're supporting dirt track racing. Also, somebody else, Stephen Fitzgerald from Sound Extreme. They did a little package deal with us. Got a couple of weeks show. We want to make sure that we talk about them too. Sound Extreme. Go like their Facebook page. Stephen Fitzgerald. It's Stephen Fitzgerald Sound Extreme. They got all kinds of tunes and accessories that go to your vehicle.
Audio.
Audio, wall banger lights, all of it, the whole thing, everything that you need, from KC lights on top of your car to Cooper tires. So
great.
Yes, sir. And everybody thinks about racing being all about the race, but us families, we need those TVs that are in the headrest. We need brand new Cooper tires on the front of the truck.
What are we going to do when it rains at the racetrack?
Right,
exactly. Get the kids in the car.
So
this sit there.
That's right. This is a great place to tie into that right there, and be able to purchase your stuff for a lower price. So, Josh, we'll be getting back to you here in just a minute. Thank you for listening to the show. Thank you for calling in, brother.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
All right, bye-bye. All right, Glendale, I know you got something funny to tell us.
What you want here?
Yeah, I don't know.
Tell me something beautiful.
We're
You can't top Luke Strength's haircut. I think that right there says a lot for him.
Well, now are you going to come and cook for the? Are you going to come to the cookout the night before the race at the Battle of the States? Definitely going to be at the cookout. Good deal.
We're gonna bring the modified. We're gonna come join everybody in the cookout.
So the 292 is going to be on the scene.
Live and on the scene.
I like it.
No doubt.
Good deal. Now you're the winner of the T-shirt. Southern Vape got Mr. Corey Murphy in the house here. We appreciate him stopping by. Now Glendale, we're going to ask you like we asked the rest of them. Does aerodynamics make a difference in dirt track racing?
I'm kind of like David. I think in your higher classes, you probably see a little more out of it than you would in a street stop. But then it goes back to what you said. It's getting so competitive, and there's a lot of money cars out there this year, last year. And, I think every little bit's going to play in the thing.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. Good deal. Well, awareness is what it was all about.
The spoilers kind of seem to play a big difference when you get into your late model and your modifieds. So I don't see where they wouldn't be making a difference on the street stock either.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's an advantage that doesn't cost a lot of money, I think it's a cost-effective thing that's being overlooked in street stock racing.
Right. Yeah, because like we said earlier, you take care of the driver, you take care of the motor, you take care of the chassis, then there's something else to the key to winning. And if you're just right there on the edge and you can't figure out what it is, this is that area that you might need to go look at.
Maybe one to look at.
It may be something. We're not saying we're not scientists, we're not physicists, but this is definitely an area that I've enjoyed having a subject about.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've learned. Jeremy Fleury, he had an opinion that I thought was really good. He said he talked about the front end of a Camaro
versus the Monte Carlo.
Or something or another. I can't remember the exact post, but he said that, they took it was loose, they changed the front end, the front end cap, and then all of a sudden they were battling on a tight race car. So they found something in there in the same exact chassis car, something with a different nose.
Yeah.
So it went from being loose to tight, and that kind of the awareness is there that maybe this is something to look at, but it may not be that important right now.
Yeah.
It's probably not your top priority today if you're not already running up front with the with the elite.
Yeah.
But in order to get there, these are what those guys are paying attention to, guaranteed.
If it's in the budget, it's my thing. If it's in the budget, I'm out of money. I can't spend any money in another department.
Right. Right. If you're already outmotored, if you're already find something somewhere else. I love it. Yeah. Ingenuity, that's racing. Glendale, thank you for calling into the show, man. Yes, sir. Looking to get down Shindig March 14th and 15th. The cookout is on the 14th. Battle of the States! Man, it's been an awesome show tonight, guys. Glad to have y'all on, man. Looking forward to another show again next weekend. We're going to kick things off with the Mississippi Street Stock Series. Manly had just a big Mississippi Street Stock Series night to kick their season off. So, yeah, man, we're looking forward to things, man. It's rolling right down the road. Glendale, thank you for calling the show. Feel free to call in anytime. Love to hear from you. Can't wait to see you in a couple of weeks here, okay, bud? And I'll call you back here. Hold on just a second. Let me make sure I jot your number down. You don't have to tell me. And I'll call you back here in just a minute to make sure I've got your information and send you the T-shirt. Do you want the large or the extra large?
I'm going to need the extra large.
Okay. All right. No problem. All right. Now, let's go ahead and close out the show here. We do appreciate all the support that we get on this radio show. Obviously, we're getting a lot of support. We're getting our names out. People are calling in from Missouri, man. I mean, thank you, Josh Franklin.
Yes.
You know, that just brought to the table right there somebody who's really listening to the show and enjoys it. We want to keep on bringing. Of course, it takes a little bit of help if you've got some interest in joining the YCF media team for whatever reasons, for whatever. If you want a private donation or you want it public, we can put you on the website. We do have yellowcautionflag.com is the website to go to this year for all the dirt track updates. It is an awesome website. I know that we started out with a skeleton website last year. March 10th will be the 1-year re-grand opening anniversary, and we're going to have a lot of giveaways on that week because that's the 1-year anniversary. We know that we just kind of threw yellowcautionflag.com out there. If you went to the website last year, and I'm sure you noticed that it was still in a building process. We didn't build this with a company coming in doing everything for us. We learned how to do it ourselves.
That's right.
And that's what it's all about. We're putting out that hard work out there just for y'all.
Heart and determination.
It is. It is. Look, I mean, you're in a studio.
Yeah.
We turned the bedroom into a studio.
Hey.
That's what it's all about.
Turn into all kind of things.
Yes, sir. Really yes, sir. Well, at least this isn't that kind of studio, okay? You know what I mean? Yes, sir. When Mama said you was going to turn your bedroom into a studio, I don't think she was talking about a race show. Yes. Great. Had a great night.
That's why she throwed the dish in.
That's exactly right. Had a great Saturday night. Thank y'all for listening in. Sorry we went a little bit over time. I think that y'all enjoyed it just as much as we did.
Just get carried away.
Yeah. You know how to get in touch with me. You can IM us. You can send us a fax. Send us a pigeon. Put a message in the bottle and let me find it for 7 years. If you got something that you want to help out on this side of the area, that is completely great. Remember, 100 subscribers on the YouTube channel.
Gotta have it. We want to go live.
We want to go live. We're here on video right now. We're going to post it to YouTube. I don't know if it's going to be broke down or however it's going to be. YouTube's crazy. But I know when we go live, it's
I may be blurred out.
You never know. Hey, we've got lighting in here. We've got it. I mean, it looks like a real studio. Look, I mean, you know, it's here, man. Huh? We love it. We thank y'all. It's time to go. And we appreciate everything that y'all are doing for us and cannot wait to kick this season off. See you tomorrow at the Mag, the Frostbuster 250. Gonna end it with my favorite song.
Great, sir.
Awesome. Thank you.
I'm gonna wake up at the house.